Mr. Tariq. With your experience in equity research and portfolio management, what factors do you think make Pakistan an appealing investment hub, but then also some warning signs you might want to highlight for the investors?
Uh, Thank you. Well, it depends which Shamoon do you ask? Shamoon who's Pakistani or Shamoon who's a global investor? As a global investor, you should not, given the way we have screwed up the policy making and inconsistent policies all across. We have to actually fix that first before we actually acquire investing. So I've been investing in global emerging markets for the last 15 years, and I've seen the evolution of almost all the early emerging markets like Bangladesh, Vietnam, even Nigeria. And as I tell people, when I first visited Vietnam back in 2013, I went back to Stockholm and I said, like, Pakistan's here, Vietnam is here. But today Vietnam is here and Pakistan is actually nowhere. So as a global investor, no. A flip side of that obviously is that obviously I've been a capital market. If I was an FDI investor, I would have a second thought. We need to understand as a global investor that there are 190 plus countries in the world, and Pakistan is just a tiny piece of it. So you can't sell 250 million population anymore. You have to sell tangible steps. So even over my last 12 years, we have brought almost all the sovereign funds into the country, and I've never seen anyone saying no to investing into Pakistan. Because and we coined a term called perception arbitrage. So people outside, they thought Pakistan is some sort of Afghanistan, but when they came here, they saw the infrastructure, they saw the management quality, educated people like all of us, and everyone got invested. We brought 3 sovereign funds. And now I can name it because I'm not part of that anymore. So the government of Singapore fund, which was the largest investor in the capital markets in 2008, a Norwegian oil fund, and just before this crisis, Saudi sovereign fund as well. They all wanted to invest, but at the end, our policies and stuff that led to no investing. But from the factual perspective, I think Pakistan is one of the cheapest market right now. Opportunities are everywhere. Like for example, yesterday we hit all-time high in the stock exchange of 53,000, and last it was in 2017. But by no means that's a true reflection of Pakistani market, because in 2017 the price-earning ratio, which is our financial terminology, how to gauge the performance, it was 12, and now it's 4. So actually it should be 150,000 if we have to go back to 2017. So just for a layman perspective, I think same asset, like same sofa, in India is priced 30 rupees and in Pakistan it is priced 4 rupees. So that's kind of an arbitrage that we are talking about. But with all the pessimism, I'd still say we don't need as a global investor, we don't need this price to go to 30. Even if it goes to 8, we make 100%. So in a nutshell, I'd say if someone wants to make money in anywhere in the world, I guess Pakistan definitely provides the best opportunity as of now, and that's why they should invest. But if you want to invest long term, I think we need a bit more on that.
All right, thank you. As an investment manager well-versed in corporate finance and asset management, how do companies like Mahana guide their clients on investing in Pakistan? And are our foreign investors achieving their goals?
The concept of Mahana, I would like to take you back to that. So in COVID times, like I've been living in Stockholm, Sweden, and there we saw 2 minutes account opening, 99% financial literacy. So we used to invest Swedish pension money, almost around $700 million in 20 markets. So I was one of the largest foreign investors in Pakistan. Till 2017, we had $250 million invested in the real capital markets. And we actually made a lot of money in Pakistan. And while living abroad, you see how pensions work, how savings work, how brokerage accounts work, and everything. It's so easy. And so after COVID time, I went back to my partners and said, like, maybe we should do something in Pakistan. So the partners of Tundra and IGI packages groups with Syed Babar Ali, we decided to do something about that. So we don't call ourselves a startup. We are not. We are very much profitable, and we are doing what we wanted to achieve. We aren't live yet, but the purpose of this was to actually bring the financial money that sits in the banking system from the people and ends up in the government treasury. So we wanted to cut down that intermediaries and link directly the consumer and the government. It serves a lot of purposes, but first of all, obviously, banks, they don't pay much, and they end up like charging government 22, 23%. So with all the crises in last 1 year, everyone's struggling, but it's only banks who made the largest profit this year. So it's a bit of a financial inclusion, but we also understand technology as well. So $700 million we managed by 7 people. So we had 3 offices around the world. So Stockholm, Karachi, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. So we managed $700 million with just 7 people using technology. And for the last 7 years, we have been the world's best performing fund managers, according to Citivara and Morningstar. So somehow we wanted to replicate that in Pakistan. And I think if we are successful, I think that should make government happy in terms of the interest rates coming down, people happy in terms of making more money on their savings, and obviously providing that technological infrastructure that we have seen globally that right now does not exist in Pakistan.
Okay, thank you. One last question. How do you see the role of investment management in promoting Pakistan's current investment atmosphere? And do you have any parting advice for any foreign investors watching this?
Well, that's a tricky question. So I don't know what to say because I don't want to lie, and at the same time, but I'll say I think as a foreign investor, again, there are 2 versions to that. We should invest in Pakistan regardless, because you cannot, like, Pakistan is no Iraq or Nigeria. We are 250 million population, and we cannot be wiped out. Prices are so cheap, management quality, educated people are here, infrastructure exists, and now today the infrastructure that we saw, we realize that it's actually too much. The only thing that we need is consistency in policies by the government, and once and for all, and move away from the rent-seeking business to actually promoting that. So my advice to foreign investors, so we are still invested in Pakistan, we still continue to make money in Pakistan, and so anyone in the capital markets, at least they should definitely invest in Pakistan. The only challenge obviously we face is Pakistan has over the period become boom and bust market. Like, you come, make money and go back. I think that is a cycle that we need to break, where if the money is here, it stays for next 15, 20, 30 years, so that they also enjoy that profitability and so forth. And from the capital markets, it should trickle down to the foreign direct investment and so forth.
Okay, thank you so much.
सब्सक्राइब करें और बेल दबाएं ताकि कोई खबर रह न जाए।